Have you ever welcomed a warm morning while your hands held a secret you did not dare to admit? I just did something that would make the angel of death want to resign out of disgust. You might see me as a friendly neighbor, but the secret I keep under these kitchen tiles would make you want to move to another country this very second. I have always hated dawn. Its light is rude, like an interrogation lamp that forces every secret to confess. And this morning, my secret is dark red, thick, and smells like rusted metal forced into your nose. Yes, that is right. It is blood. You think you are a good person? Funny, I thought so too yesterday afternoon. Until I ended up standing here on a bathroom floor that was supposed to be spotless white, but now looks more like a failed abstract painting canvas. But that is not the worst part. The worst part is that I felt calm when I started cleaning it. I am a technician, not an air conditioner or washing machine technician, but a problem technician. Usually people pay me to erase digital traces or documents that should not exist. But this time, the problem is a 70-kilogram corpse, and it cannot be deleted with just a delete button. I know the procedure. First step, control the temperature. Cool the room so the decomposition process does not send signals to the noses of nosy neighbors. I wear double-layer nitrile gloves. Their thin but strong texture always gives me a false sense of security. I start working with industrial-grade cleaning liquid usually used in slaughterhouses. Every movement I make is measured. I cannot panic. If I panic, I die. I use a toothbrush to clean between the tiles. 1 micron of blood left behind is the same as an open invitation to prison. And at that point, I realized I made a mistake. I forgot to turn off my phone's GPS for the first 10 minutes. Suddenly, my phone rang. The name that appeared on the screen made my heart feel like it was about to jump out of my throat. Andra, my younger brother. He is a cop. The typical honest cop whose face would perfectly fit a public service announcement poster. Hello, bro. Why are you not asleep yet? I am on patrol around your apartment area. I want to stop by for a moment and bring steak. His voice sounded so cheerful from the other end, in stark contrast to me holding a bottle of ammonia in the middle of a pool of blood. I took a breath, keeping my voice flat. Working overtime, Andra. Lots of client work. Do not stop by yet. It is very messy. I should have stopped there. But I added, let us have breakfast tomorrow instead. While listening to him talk, my eyes kept scanning around. Outside, the city was starting to wake up. I could hear the sound of a busway horn in the distance. In here, there was only the sound of dripping water from a leaking faucet, and the ticking of the wall clock that felt louder and louder. I had to multitask. While talking to Andra, my hands kept moving, putting the remaining mop cloths into a biohazard plastic bag. I had to get rid of all this before the sun truly rose. The dark urge began seeping into my body. My hands were shaking, my vision slightly blurred. The smell of bleach started making me hallucinate that the corpse in front of me was laughing. I had to find my balance again. I started arranging my tools neatly. Scissors on this side, tweezers on that side. Order is the only thing keeping me from going insane right now. When dawn began to break, its color was reddish-orange, just like the color of the water in my bucket. I started carrying the bags to the trunk of my car. I had to pass through the lobby. And guess who was parking in front of the lobby with his patrol car? Andra. I had no choice. I walked out carrying 2 large black trash bags. I put on a tired face, the face of an office worker who had stayed up all night finishing a report. Hey, bro. You said you were working overtime. Why are you taking out the trash? Andra got out of his car. His uniform looked very neat, different from my soul that was already worn out. Renovation trash, Andra. The paint smell makes me dizzy if I leave it inside, I said. I steered the conversation toward his mortgage installments, the most effective way to make him lose focus. I stood right in front of my trash bags, covering the possibility of any liquid seeping out. But my neat plan fell apart. One of the plastic bags got caught on the sharp edge of the car trunk. Rip. A little dark liquid started to come out. My heart stopped beating. The metallic smell began slipping between the scent of exhaust fumes. "What is that smell, bro? Like a dead rat?" Andra sniffed. He began stepping closer. I had to improvise. "Oh, that? Maybe some rotten meat from the fridge that died yesterday." "Damn thing, that is why I am throwing it away now." I immediately took the initiative. I stepped on the leak with my shoe. Then I pretended to ask him to get some tissues from his car dashboard. As soon as he turned around, I quickly threw the bag into the trunk and slammed it shut. Bang! I looked at Andra's face. There was a fragile second where he looked like he wanted to ask something more serious. He saw the cold sweat on my forehead even though the morning air was very cold. I almost wanted to cry and say, "Andra, please handcuff me now. I am tired of this model older brother persona." But my twisted morality won. I cannot ruin his life with the fact that his brother is a monster. I would rather live in the prison of my own mind than see him destroyed. "You look very pale, bro. Get some rest," Andra said while patting my shoulder. His hand, the hand of a law enforcer, had just touched the shoulder of someone who had just broken every law of God and man. Delightful irony, right? Andra was still standing in front of my car. The sun was getting higher, making the reflection of light on the car window feel more piercing. "Bro, is that really just rotten meat?" Andra asked again. He did not leave. His hand was still resting on my trunk lid, as if he could feel the vibration of the secret inside it. "Yes, Andra, as if you do not know the smell of a dead fridge," I replied, trying to stay calm while leaning against the driver's door. "Enough, I am heading out first. It will get late, and there will be traffic on the way to the dump." Andra was silent for a moment. His eyes narrowed, looking at my shoes that I had used earlier to step on the leaking liquid. There was a dark stain starting to dry on the edge of the sole. He is a cop. He knows the difference between oxidized blood and sauce or regular trash liquid. "Your shoes, bro," he pointed. My heart stopped for a second. "What about them?" "They are very dirty. If you stop by for breakfast, do not enter the house wearing those." "My wife just bought a new carpet," he said with a small laugh. But the laughter did not reach his eyes. It was a formality laugh before a detective asks a deadly question. I got into the car, pressed the gas slowly while looking at the rearview mirror. Andra was still standing there, watching my car drive away. Inside the trunk, the 70 kilograms of problem shifted every time I turned. The smell started filling the cabin, so strong that my coffee-scented car perfume was completely defeated. I arrived at the outskirts of the city in an industrial area that had long been dead. Here, there were no CCTV cameras, no nosy neighbors. I opened the trunk. The torn plastic bag had already created a small puddle on the trunk carpet. Damn, I would have to burn this car carpet later. As I was pulling the first bag out, my phone vibrated. One notification from the family group. Andra had just sent a photo. The photo was not of food or of him on duty. It was a photo of an assignment letter. The caption read, "There is an order to check all cars leaving your apartment this morning. There is a missing person report. Their GPS last ran in this direction. You are safe, right, bro?" I forgot to check your trunk earlier just to make sure. I froze in front of the open trunk. He did not forget. He did it on purpose. He gave me a start to run before he truly came as a cop, not as a younger brother. I went back to the apartment. I showered with water so hot it almost made my skin blister. I scrubbed my hands until they were raw. But still, I felt like there was blood under my fingernails. I sat at the dining table, making toast. The smell of butter began covering the remnants of ammonia. But every time I looked toward the sunlight coming through the window, I could only see dust particles dancing above the floor I had just mopped. The floor that now holds the darkest secret of my life. I succeeded. I am free. No evidence, no witnesses. But that is not the worst part. The worst part is, I know I will do this again if circumstances demand it. Because it turns out, the fear of getting caught is more addictive than the guilt itself. Do you know what is scarier than ghosts? A person who can eat breakfast calmly after he has just thrown someone's life into a landfill. I am not asking to be forgiven because I cannot even forgive myself. I just want you to know that the most normal person you meet on the street today might have trash in the trunk of his car that you would never imagine. Now try to be honest. What is the darkest thing you have ever hidden from the person you love the most? And how far would you go to make sure they never find out? Are you capable of nurturing that shadow for a lifetime? Or do you know that one morning will come to reveal the whole truth?